Lend your ear, open your mind, you're gonna learn a lot about your past and yourself you didn't know before. The past affects your future. I want to talk about ICE detaining people, deportations, and now at this point, U.S. citizens are being targeted. There are all sorts of articles about it as well, what to do if you're a U.S. citizen and immigration authorities tell you to leave the country. I mean, this is a real thing. This is what's happening in the United States right now. You have to keep in mind that the history that we inherited is a bunch of lies. And basically, a lot of people that are citizens through birthright, they came over here from slavery. Yes, that's right. They flip the story and try to make it appear as though people who look like me are the ones who were enslaved. But there are a lot of Caucasoids who were enslaved. There were some who came over willingly and others were enslaved. Some were indentured and some were actually literally enslaved for the remainder of life.
At last, America, the land of promise. Ellis Island will be their first taste of the promised land. For many, their last.
President Kennedy said, we are a nation. Landings were made at Jamestown, or Plymouth Rock, or Plymouth Rock, or Plymouth Rock.
Others weren't the Pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Landings were made at Jamestown, or Plymouth Rock. Some of us are descendant from those who were brought here unwillingly. But for the rest of us, we are here because we have ancestors who migrated, or because we migrated ourselves.
In the decade between 1900 and 1910.
I was the first person on TikTok to bring that truth to you of Caucasoids being enslaved. So basically it falls under birthright. We know that Trump has vowed to end birthright citizenship, and if he is actually successful, then pretty much everybody's going to be going home except for us indigenous people. The indigenous people of this land are the only ones who are not subject to that. Personally, I believe that there may be some exceptions. Don't quote me on this. As you can see here in this peace treaty of 1866 with my indigenous ancestors and the U.S. corporation, they made provisions for the Africans that were enslaved here in the U.S. for them to have their rights and privileges and everything restored, their regular citizens, and also land allotments for them and for their future generations. A lot of people claim that the Bible is allegorical. Some people actually believe that the things written therein are literal. They actually have meaning and they're prophetic. I tend to believe both, that some of it is allegorical and a lot of it is actually literal. There's a lot of prophecies, and I'll show you one such prophecy in light of all of these deportations and everything going on. Clearly, in Isaiah 13:14, and look, even here in this scripture, it says Babylon. We know that the US of A is Babylon. Even the Rastaman reggae artists talk about Babylon and everything in their songs. They're talking about the US. So that's clear. And basically, it's saying in the end times, each one will turn to his own people. People will flee to their own land. You see that? They will flee to their native land. It's in many different versions. In the end times, people shall return back to their countries of origin, their native lands. Hello? Isn't that what's happening right now? I mean, it doesn't get any more literal than this. So for me personally, I believe that it's safe to say that the Bible's pretty much showing us some prophecies, you know. So whether you are a part of a religion or not, which I'm not a part of any religions and everything. However, there's a lot of things that are written in the Bible that is actually happening today, such as this. I'm just saying. He has certainly succeeded in sending a lot of Africans back home, and the citizenship or immigration status of those from of darker hues from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, you know, so-called black and brown people has been revoked, and they face deportation. Some have actually already been deported already. Don't forget, they let thousands and thousands of Ukrainians come over and other people of very, very fair hues. It clearly states that their protections have expired, and there have been about 240,000 of them who fled Ukraine, and they're currently in the United States right now. So let's see what happens. I'm sure they're going to do their best to allow them to stay. That's just the way things go here in America. very racist, whether you agree with me or not. I don't care. It's the truth. The truth is the truth. And I'm brutally honest, and I'm going to speak the truth, whether people like it or not.